Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're not. Today I want to talk about the new CTF bridge map in New World Aeternum. I did a video like this going over my critiques for the map for the Coral Divide OPR map, so I figured I'd give my feedback on the CTF map as well. I definitely got a couple critiques about this map, but overall it was really fun. The jump pads are fun, the power-ups are fun, the new game mode's fun, and the gameplay in the background is actually my first time playing this map, and we actually dominated this game. So overall, the vibe was definitely fun, but I'm going to be very critical in this video because I just want to give my feedback. Might as well give my feedback now before the map's fully implemented. My first feedback is at the beginning of the video, I couldn't go to the snowman in the corner, and I don't know why we can't go to that snowman in the corner, but I want to be able to go to the snowman. No idea why that invisible barrier is there, but I'm going to just get that out of the way right off the bat. Okay, my first actual critique would be when you're queuing up for the CTF map, they have it working like 3v3 queue and not OPR queue. The difference between the 3v3 queue and the OPR queue is in 3v3, if one person declines the invite, then the queue will research for another 6 people instead of just entering the game one short. In OPR, the game can start with like 5 less people because it's 20 versus 20 game mode. So it will start a little bit early, and then it will fill those slots as the game progresses. Capture the flag, the bridge map that you're seeing in the background, won't start unless all 20 players accept the invite. I don't know about anybody else, but this caused for really long queue times because if just one person declined the invite, it would have to research for another 20 players again. I'd really like to see this section updated to be like the OPR queue, so it can start with 1 or 2 less players on each team, and then those slots will just get filled up as people queue for the game mode. Another critique that I have is that they had 2 separate playlists for this game mode, which again caused really long queue time. I'm talking like 15 to 20 minute queue times. It was pretty ridiculous. With the Coral Divide preview, what they did is they just replaced the OPR game mode with the Coral Divide game mode. And queue times were like instant. There was literally like no wait for the Coral Divide preview. It was awesome. Going further in the future, I'd really like just one playlist instead of separating the player base and having longer queue times. If we're having a preview weekend or a preview week, I'd really rather just them replace the OPR game mode with the preview one. This might be a little controversial because people will be like, oh, I want to play the OPR, all I want to do is play Coral Divide. And I get that, but having 15 to 20 minute queue times really wasn't a good time. That being said, I would also like to see the CTF game modes in the same playlist as the OPR game modes. And then maybe when we get higher player pops in the future, they can have a separate game mode for popular ones. So like, if let's just say the original OPR map is really popular, this is just an example by the way, but let's say the original OPR map is really popular and we have a player spike, well then they can take that popular original OPR map and then have a separate playlist just for that for a little while, just so people can, you know, have fun on that map. So we have a player pop spike, so it really wouldn't affect the queue times. But when player pop is just average or normal, I feel like it should just be one playlist. Another critique that I have with the actual map itself is there's not many strategies to have on this specific map. For example, in the World of Warcraft capture the flag map, I forget what it's called, I know I'm going to get flack for that in the comments below. Okay, I'm sorry, it's been a while since I played the game. But when you get the flag, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to run it graveyard, and then I'm going to run it down to the house, and then I'm going to go behind the log, and then I'm going to run it up outside, or actually I'm going to skip the outside part, and I'm just going to dip right into the tunnel. I'm going to run right up the long tunnel. Or, you know what, screw it, we're just going to run it right down the middle, fast and easy. Or instead of going out the graveyard side, let's go up the stairs, and then we'll go to the left, and then we'll go down that way behind the log over there. Like, there's options with what you can do in that version of CTF, or in World of Warcraft's version of CTF, I should say. And on this bridge map, it doesn't really feel like there's many strategical options where to take the flag. It's very much just grab the flag, run across the bridge, your teammates will block for you. There is a bit of a strategic advantage here where you can jump off the side of the bridge prematurely, go up the side, and then flank basically the big fight on the bridge like you're seeing in the video. Most of the fights go on the bridge, and then you can go up around and then grab the flag and then run it down the middle. But basically, you run the flag down the middle pretty much every single time, and there's just doesn't feel like there's many options with this map. But again, I'll give them a bit of slack here. This is like the introduction map. They said that this map is really good just to introduce people to CTF, and I fully agree with that. This map feels like for new players or for people who are new to the game mode or whatever, this is a really good introduction map on how to play this game mode. It's really good. But going on in the future, I would like to see more CTF maps like the Coral Divide map or like the OPR map. It can remain 10v10. They can make it 20 versus 22 maybe, I don't know about that, but what I am saying is I would like more variety on where to take the flag. The flag being directly above the character is actually not bad for the bigger maps, because then when you're looking around, oh, where is he? What way is he taking? Oh, I see the flag over there behind some trees, let's go. You know, I definitely wouldn't mind having more options on where to run the flag, but again, that being said, this map is a really good introduction on just the game mode. Also, I would like an actual like cap of the score. So if you get like 5 flag captures, I think the game should just end. Instead of having it so you can get as many, it felt like you can get as many captures as you wanted to. It didn't really feel like there was a limit on how many captures you get. It was just the amount of time that was being played, so like it was just a 10-minute game mode. I'd really like to see it be like 3 captures or 5 captures. I feel like 3 captures would be plenty, and then the game can end and it can queue back up. That's something I would definitely like to see changed as well. But yeah, I had a bunch of positives about this map as well. Definitely really fun to play. I'm excited to see the other CTF map they have planned. Apparently that one's a little bit more wider. Hopefully it will give us a little bit more options, address some of these issues that I was talking about. But also I would definitely like to see something done about the queue times. 15-20 minute queue times is just way too long. Definitely was something I addressed in a previous video when I talked about ranked PvP and how there shouldn't be 2 playlists because the population can't handle it, and I feel like this CTF preview definitely confirmed those worries. But yeah, that's it. Bare Bones is releasing soon. I'm excited to play that. I'm gonna definitely try that. It might already be out by the time this video comes out. Again, we're gonna see how long queue times are on that, and I'll make another video critiquing it. That and my thoughts with that, if anything needs to be changed or if it's just great overall. But I'm loving the amount of content the New World is giving us right now. I'm having a blast in the game. This is actually the most fun I've had since the game's launch. Or no, I lied, since Brimstone. This is the most fun I've had since Brimstone's launch. It's great, and that's all I have to say. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm outie. Peace.